The perfect match was not a perfect match.
She's a Mona Lisa.
Hi guys, I'm Ella and I'm dramatic and problematic. And welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. So as you can see from the title, I'm gonna be talking about perfect match. I already talked about it a bit before. And so yeah, let's get right into it. Starting with the eliminated people first, Colony. So dumb, she was set on a date with Dom. It was only because they wanted to break Dom up. Like he's just gassing her up on the date, being nice, whatever, and then just tells her the truth, but then sets her up with Bartise after. He introduces her saying this.
Strong black woman, like, works for herself.
Okay, like no hate to Dom, but like this is weird. And then Colony and Sophie, like in real life, they meet this TikTok. The audio is this man that just keeps saying no. And then the caption is like, do you identify as a strong black woman? Like, oh my god, I'm dead. And I'll get more into the shade of the show later. And her reactions to Bartise, because like they go on the side and they're talking. And she says she'd like to get married the next 2 years. And so he's like, yeah, I'm definitely too young for you in that sense. Her reaction clip is everything.
You were just about to get married. Make it make sense.
Yeah, were you not in Love is Blind? Like, what? Were you not trying to get engaged before? But she goes home the same episode, super disappointing. Like, oh, I'm just fed up with it. Fed up with this man being here, but whatever. And then the next person I have here is Will. I honestly don't have really opinions on him.
On the mole was to outlast and outplay all the other competitors. So I don't plan on having any different strategy.
Maybe it was because he was trying to treat Perfect Match like the mole, and it's like completely different types of reality television. He goes there for a date with Ines, and after the date, they end up matching, and it seems like it's going well. And then they have their next compatibility challenge, and they actually do really well. Like they win, and they have their date, and their date does not go well. Ines does not like the vibes at all. Like she seems really turned off by it right away. Just like basically being competitive and talking strategy the whole time during the date. It was weird. So after that date, he ends up matching with Damien by default. Like he was like a non-factor. I honestly expected him to bring more teen drama. And then next we have Damien, who's from Love is Blind season 1, and like they didn't really give her much of a chance. Like they sent her on the most random dates, and it was like, what is going on here? First off, she gets sent on a date with Dom, and it's like the first shtick as Colony. At least she stays more than one episode. Her and Will, I think, kind of by default, and they kind of vibed and whatever. So, and then tell me why they sent her on a date with Bartise. Like, why does this keep happening? I just don't understand. So he is brought back. Like he had been eliminated, and they bring him back for this date. And then he plays it up during the date, like he's really into it and it's going well and whatever. And then after, like when they're back in the house, he literally is making out with this other girl. They just met basically, and he's just making out with this random girl, like is now gonna match up with her, like, and now she's eliminated. Like it was annoying. And honestly, because this is an issue with the show, a lot of the black women, when they were being matched, there wasn't a lot of thought put into it. Like they were just saying, oh, they're gonna look good together, and it was usually just like someone who was the same race as them. Obviously it's not really my place to end up discussing the implications of this. Like I'm pointing out what I saw and what I think a lot of other people saw. I want to link you guys this article by London Alexandra. It's gonna be in the description. It's titled, "We Need to Talk About the Dismissal of Black Women in Reality TV Shows." And like they talk a lot about Perfect Match here. They go way more in depth than I ever could into this. But it's like definitely something I wanted to mention, because if I'm going to be talking about this season, like I can't let out something as important as this, because it is a fucking issue. It's disappointing because like these are all really like talented, amazing people. And I would have liked to see them more and just like get an actual chance. Like it's just annoying that they didn't get a fair shot. And so definitely go read that article, because I think we need to uplift the voices of the black women who are speaking out about this and listen to them, because they're the ones who know and they're the ones who suffer through this. So yeah, like next let's talk about Mitchell. Oh my god, I honestly don't have much to say about Mitchell other than why did you come into the show? There's this whole mess with him and Chloe, and I'll explain this later when we get into Chloe's section. But they do end up matching up at one point, and they win a compatibility challenge, and they go on a date. And on this date, freaking Mitchell, can you guess what he says to Chloe? I'll play for you right now.
I am not looking for a relationship right now.
Like, why are you on this show? I know a lot of these people are not coming on here for the right reasons anyways, but like it's just like when it's so blatantly like that, and like you're literally playing with the feelings of someone, like you've already been in a relationship with, it's a lot. I mean, it was good television because it made for a good storyline. I was invested for sure. He went home after that, so like, I have no problems with it. And no hate to him as a person, like, live your best life, Mitchell, but don't mess with people's life like that, please, if you're not ready for a relationship. And next, we have best girl, favorite person in the house, hands down, Ines. When I last spoke about her in my other video, if you haven't seen it, card up here, you can watch it after this. Ines went on her date with Bartise, and then like they didn't match after that. Dom is being done by Francesca for Damien. It's so awkward. He wants to leave the house, he's crying. Ines is comforting him because they're good friends and stuff, and she basically doesn't take the time to talk to anyone or decide who she's gonna match with. So at the end of the night, it's just Ines, Chase, Shayne, and Nick. But she ends up matching with Shayne, and like they have a little tiff because, you know, they're not really good at communication. And they reconcile though, and like it's honestly cute, like their dynamic, like their friendship after that. Like I just think it's nice and wholesome. So the next time that like she's up on the chopping block to be eliminated this time, she's the one freaking out. Bartise is there, and like he could choose Izzy or he could choose Ines, and like he goes back and forth, but he ends up choosing Ines. And so she's sent on the date with Will, and they match up after that, like I told y'all. But the issue comes when she has to go tell Bartise.
I did not come to you to tell me, please pick me. You made your decision based solely on the fact that we had a good connection during our date.
Right.
So I had a great date with you, yes. But I don't accept the fact that you're telling me you were there and I picked you up. No, because I picked up myself as well.
You did not pick yourself up.
I just don't understand what type of person like actually speaks like that. Obviously, Ines and Will didn't work out at all. He was just being weird vibes, so competitive, and she was really not into it at all. So she's like, nah. Bye. Francesca and Damien are not doing so well because Francesca was sent on a date with a girl, and so Damien's kind of freaking out, and it seems like Fran's gonna match with this girl. Her name's Abbey, by the way. And so Ines and Damien kind of talk, and they end up matching up together because basically no one goes home that episode. They end up giving them an extra sweet. I mean, it's clear that he's still like super into Fran. Like they have this scene where he's in the pool and he's just like holding Ines up, but like the whole time is looking at Francesca. It's really awkward. I mean, like Nick Lachey told them, oh, if you don't think you can find your perfect match, like this is the time to leave, like you have to say it. And so she took that option because like there was no one else there. She's into Dom also throughout this thing. There's drama with that really, but like I think Ines was genuinely into him and stuff. And I saw this clip on TikTok of Dom saying that he sees her like a little sister, and I was like, so next let's talk about Damien. And you know, I had watched season 1 of Love is Blind. I don't think he gets a very good edit because like, I don't know him as a person obviously, but he definitely is painted in a way better light in this show into Francesca the whole time. At the end he even asks for her to be his girlfriend. Obviously they have their past from the reunion of Love is Blind too. Like I know people were criticizing her role in this a lot, and I definitely think there's like some fault there. But like at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, like we're not owed explanations, like we don't know what was really going on, and I just think it's like weird to speculate. Next, let's talk about Francesca. I know everyone's calling her the villain of the season, but to me, Bartise is the villain of the season, so like, change my mind, but like, you can't. Like, for example, the thing with Dom, I don't really understand why people are mad at her for that. Like, at first maybe, but then Dom got with Georgia right away. I really would recommend that you guys listen to the Nick Bile podcast. That will also be linked in the description. Francesca did do an interview with him, and I don't know, just gives context, I think, of more of the situations and her side of the thinking. And like, I think they just cut out a lot of things that would have made her seem look better. I mean, that's what she says, obviously, like, that's me taking her word, but I don't know, I don't have any reason not to believe it. And like, it's reality television, so like, I'm not surprised. For a lot of the behavior that she did, it was things she did, like the mean girl behavior was there, and she admits it. So she'd gone on this date with Abbey and they matched, and kariselle and Francesca end up kissing, which like ends up upsetting Abbey. I'm not surprised it did upset her, and like, yeah, maybe that's tear drama, but I don't know, I don't see it that way. Like, it was just a miscommunication between the two of them. I mean, I didn't expect the bi representation. I was so not expecting for them to go on a date, but it shocked me in a good way. I did see 20 somethings in Austin, which is the show that Abbey was on before, and it was okay. I thought her and Francesca were cute. It was adorable, honestly, how they were, but I also don't think they were the most compatible, to be honest. Like I said, I feel like there's a lot out of context that we don't really know, so I don't know that I can even judge this because it doesn't feel like real, and like she didn't seem really that much into Damien. And like again, in this podcast that I talked about, she talks about how she was scared because when she was on Too Hot to Handle, she gave a lot of herself. It took her a long time to get over it, and she didn't really want to do that. So she kind of put more of a persona and, you know, was playing it up more. Obviously, Damien and her seem to still be friends. Dom and her still seem to be friends too. So like, if they don't have beef with each other, why does anyone else on the internet need to have beef with her about it? Like, and then let's talk about Abbey. Like I said, Abbey, love of bad representation, what a queen. Given that she doesn't have as much experience, I understand why that was her reaction with the kariselle kissing. Like me personally, like I would love that. But like, it makes sense, like she knew her boundaries, she set them, and like I'm glad she was like honest with herself. Really enjoyed her, and I thought she was one of the most genuine people in this show. That's why I'm upset when she also gets paired up with bartise. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, he's just stringing her along. As soon as he finds something that he likes more, he just turns, basically. And the worst part is, like, at the end, he's just airing out things that she said to him in confidence.
Because how you came in from another show, oh, I could look a certain way, my mom's so fucking mad at me, my sister's gonna have this opinion of me, and now you're here. Trust me, that's how.
You're using my words against me.
And I felt so bad for her, like, honestly, so rude, so low behavior. Like, see, that's, to me, that's the line you shouldn't cross. Like, none of the girls he matched with deserve to be disrespected like that, and that's just it. Like, then let's talk about the finalists. Oh my god, Elsie and Nick, not my finalists. I have nothing to say, literally. Like, why is Nick here? Nick suddenly comes back and is in the finale out of nowhere. Elsie was sent on a date with bartise, which, like, they literally, like, go and put, like, a locket with their names on it and put it on a bridge. Like, that's their first date that they get sent on. What? Why are they doing that? It was so weird and disingenuous. Like, oh, I couldn't stand it. But anyways, she still ends up matching up with Nick, and then like they're matched up, and then the next episode is like the finale. What? I mean, at least they say, like, yeah, we're not perfect matches, and like that's it. Like, there's not much fanfare to it. Then bartise and Izzy, I think the behavior that he has that I've outlined on the rest of this video, I think that's enough to say why I don't like him and what type of person he is. Like, I know I always say not to judge people off television, and like you don't always get what you see and like whatever, but when people show you who they are, like, believe them. And I think I'm just gonna finish talking about him. Like, hopefully this is the last time I have to talk about him on my channel, because I don't want to see him on my television screen again. Thank you. That's my TED Talk. As for Izzy, like, she was coming at Abbey, and I was like, but I also don't care, because like she's just roped up in this shit. I don't think she realized at the point what was going on. Maybe she did, who cares? I don't think she needs to get any criticism for it, because she didn't owe anything to Abbey. Like, you know, it's all bartise, so bye. And then we have Joey and kariselle. First, let me talk about kariselle, and then we'll get into Joey and kariselle, because kariselle, I mean, they were together the whole time, but they had this conversation, her and Joey, and it was like, honestly, literally made me emotional, because she's opening up to him and she says this.
I think something that's very important for me too is, like, I need to know that, like, if I do ultimately end up marrying a man, that doesn't automatically make me straight. Like, I'm still bi. So, you know, coming to terms with my sexuality was something that was actually like really traumatizing for me.
And this is genuinely like something I've felt and that I've experienced before. Like, it's a fear that I have, and so like for me to see this on this like reality TV show, I was not expecting that for sure. Like, I've dragged the show today, but like I do like it, and I genuinely like love the cast members. Like, I think they're fun people, like most of them, and I just wish we got to see more of like these conversations and less of that like weirdly edited drama. The thing that's kind of weird to me was like Joey, like some of the things he was saying during that conversation, like, oh, my family, I've always told them I'm gonna marry a bisexual woman. That sounds a lot to me like fetishizing by women. He obviously had proposed to kariselle, but they did not end up together. Like, they're broken up now. I honestly don't know what the tea is on that. Next, let's talk about Chloe and Shayne. I still thought it was like so cute, so fun. Like, what a good storyline, like what a good setup. The television, oh, mwah, chapo. I personally love Chloe because I feel like she just brings a really light and positive energy to all the shows she's been in. So she gets brought in to go on this date with Shayne, and Shayne and her immediately connect. Like, they just have really good chemistry, good banter. But then she's sent on a date with Mitchell. And I understand, like, she can't give Shayne a real chance, to his feelings until she works that out. But the issue goes when they went up to the room, their room had an infinity pool in the balcony. And then freaking Mitchell, he jumps into the pool with Chloe, and like, who's sitting underneath? Bartise and Shayne gets all splash soaked wet from the water. He was so upset, like he just left because he got eliminated at that point. And then like I told y'all, Chloe and Mitchell don't end up working out, and so Chloe had won that episode, and so she gets to choose who goes on a date, and she chooses herself with Shayne. And they seem to be doing really well. Like they have this other compatibility test and they place second in it. Chloe and Georgia each decide to write this like poem rap thing for their matches, and so Chloe does hers, and at the end of it it's like, I'm falling in love with you or something like that. And then Shayne is talking about it with Elsie and Nick, and Elsie starts questioning Chloe's intentions, and then that just plants a seed of doubt in Shayne, and Shayne goes to talk to Francesca. It's just like talking about it with everyone, but then like doesn't really hear or want to talk really with Chloe about it. It's a mess, guys. Like, I don't even know. And they obviously do match with each other. They say they are each other's perfect match, and that they do want to try and make it work, and it seems really cute. I don't know if they're still together at this point. I think they are, question mark, question mark, question mark. Let me know in the comments if they are or not, if you guys know. Let's get to the last couple, the winners, Dom and Georgia. Really kind of zero opinions on these ones because I know they're the winners, and maybe I should be pressed because I don't know if this was genuine or not. At the end, like, I don't feel like we got to see that much from them, and I'm just like, okay. But obviously they're not together anymore. So it just feels kind of pointless. The perfect match was not a perfect match. I mean, they were cute during the show, but like, I don't know. I knew they were not gonna be together already, so I was just not invested at all. Like, did you guys think they would win? I'm not mad about it. I'm just like wondering what people's opinions on this is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I had a lot of fun making it and just spilling, dishing the tea. And if you did like it, don't forget to leave a like. That helps me know if you guys did enjoy this video or not. And if you want to come hang out with me more, then you can click the subscribe button to join the clown cult. And yeah, I hope you're having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time it is for you. I love you guys so much. Mwah.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see.